everyone, and welcome back to the René of Paris channel. My name is Abby Andrew and I'm the Alopecia Ambassador for this channel, meaning that I talk about wigs from the perspective of someone who wears wigs pretty much daily and has had alopecia for most of my life. Today's video I thought would be a fun one. It's all about tips for adding variety to your wig collection. This is really for people who love to switch up wigs all the time, or maybe you're someone who likes the idea of switching up wigs, but you're maybe just not quite there yet and you just want some tips on maybe ways to ease into it without making yourself too nervous wearing a different style. I'm very familiar with the feeling of only wearing one wig style and not wanting to switch it up. For most of my life, I would wear one specific style and just go back to back wearing that style every single day. When I got a new wig, I would get the exact same one, and I wanted people to believe that was my real hair, and that's perfectly fine. If you don't want people to know that you're wearing wigs and you want to keep your hair loss or your alopecia personal to you, that's perfectly fine. And what's really great about René of Paris wigs is that you can do that with these wigs because they're so real looking. Nobody's going to question whether it's a wig, so it's nice to have that comfort and security. But eventually, as I got older, I decided I did want to start switching it up, and it made me very, very nervous to do so. But when I did start doing it, it became a really fun part of my wardrobe, and now all of my wig collection are like accessories. So I like to switch wigs for different outfits. I'm always changing it up. So if you're someone who wants to get to that point, but maybe you're a little too nervous too, I'm going to give you some tips in this video on how you might be able to start doing that. I'm starting this video off today with the style that is currently my daily go-to wear style. For me, my daily wear style, even though I am someone who switches it up all the time, my daily wear style is the one that I kind of wear on a day where I don't want to think about which style I'm wearing. Right now, that is this style, which is Arden from the Amore Collection in the color Dark Chocolate. It's a really fantastic daily wear style, really nice medium length, very lightweight, looks really good kind of pulled back into a ponytail, into a half ponytail. It's just very versatile. I also really like the side bang on it too, which can also be brushed back or brushed forward to be more of a straight bang, but especially with that lace front, lace part. But especially with that lace front and that monofilament, it just looks very realistic, which are some features that I really like to have in a daily go-to wear wig like this one. If you want to start switching up your style, but it makes you a little bit nervous, there's two things you can do. You can either get the same style that you are used to wearing on a daily basis and just change the color. Also, if you don't want people to know you're wearing wigs, you can always say that you just dyed your hair because people don't have to necessarily know it's a wig unless you want them to. Or something else you can do is get the same color that you're comfortable wearing and try it in a different style. Those are two ways you can start to switch it up without stepping too far outside of your comfort zone. But once you get past that point, some really fun things to try are just to try colors that are so beyond anything you ever thought you would try if you weren't wearing wigs. Especially if you're someone who is dealing with hair loss. Maybe it's a color that you never would have been able to dye your real hair, but now that you've started to wear wigs, they're colors that you can experiment with without having to commit to dyeing your own hair that color. So it's kind of like the positives of wearing wigs if you've just started to come into this world of wigs. So next I'm going to show you a style that is actually quite similar to the one I'm wearing now. They are a little bit different in a few ways. They are two of my absolute favorites. This is another one of my daily go-to wear wigs sometimes. But what's really fun about this one is it's in this beautiful pink color. So think about the ability to be able to try a pink wig if you're someone that never would have dyed your hair pink before. It's just such a fun thing to get to try and a really fun way to incorporate some variety into your wig collection. So this one here is Nolan, and this is the color Watermelon, which is this beautiful high fashion pink color. It's almost like a golden blonde with a tint of pink. And it's just one of my absolute favorite colors from René of Paris. Let's go ahead and put this one on. Nolan is a really beautiful, sleek, straight style. It has the look of almost very flat ironed hair with some really nice razored edges, and it is just my absolute dream hair, especially when I was growing up. This is the exact hair that I would have wanted, so it's really nice to be able to achieve that dream hair now that I'm older. So quite a similar style to the other one. This one doesn't have a bang, it just kind of has some nice layers, face framing layers in the front. I just really love the layers throughout. This wig also features a nice lace front, lace part, so you still have that really natural looking effect going down the part of having it look like it's growing right out of your scalp, which is always really nice. And the synthetic fiber on this wig is just so beautiful and flowy. It just looks so incredibly natural, and this color is just such a fun way to kind of incorporate some variety into your wig collection. What I really like about a style and color combo like this one is that the wig itself has some very natural looking features. The style itself looks very natural. The lace front, lace part really just looks like it's growing out of your own scalp. So pairing that with a color like this, it really just looks like your own hair dyed this fun color. Also with a color like this, it's nice to have those roots as well, because of course if you were to dye your hair a fun color like this, your roots would start to grow in pretty quickly, inevitably. So it really just looks like natural hair that was dyed this color starting to grow in a bit. It's also a really nice way to get used to having a fun hair color like this if you're maybe someone that's not used to having fun bright colors, is you can still have your color that you're used to wearing. Maybe if you already are someone that wears brunettes, you still have that brunette incorporated into the look and still kind of near your face, if that makes sense. So it just kind of isn't too far out of your comfort zone because you still have that color incorporated in. But this is just absolutely one I think everyone should try. Everyone should try the watermelon color at least once because I think it is just so fun and so beautiful. Sticking with the world of fun colors, I had to mention this wig because this again is one of my all-time favorites in my collection, and this color is unlike any other I've ever seen. This is Melted Ocean, and this is on the style Kai. It is just so stunning. Our melted colors are the colors that kind of have a gradient to them. So they have a darker root, and then kind of a middle tone here, and then a lighter tip on the end. In this case, it's almost like a white. So there are a few different melted colors in our various collections, like Melted Marshmallow, Melted Sunset. So if you like more natural colors and you want to try that gradient, check out the melted colors. But I just love Melted Ocean. Let's go ahead and put on Kai. Kai is one of my favorite styles in general, but I absolutely love it with this Melted Ocean color. It is just such an absolutely stunning style and color combo. Similar to what I was saying with the Nolan wig in the watermelon color, same thing applies here. The wig itself is very, very natural looking, very nice looking fibers, really natural looking lace front, lace part there. So these very realistic looking features with the wig paired with this fun color, it really just looks like your own hair dyed this absolutely incredible, very, very unique blue color. I have really never seen anything like this before. If you are wanting to build more variety into your wig collection, I highly recommend picking out a wig color you never would have been able to try if you weren't wearing wigs. Maybe one that you just never would have thought you'd be able to wear, because I would bet that as soon as you get a wig like this in your collection, you will not be able to help wearing it everywhere because it is just so fun and unique. I also love a fun bright color like this with a shorter length style because it is just so easy to manage, and this would definitely be a daily go-to wear wig for me if I was feeling like I wanted to wear more of an alternative style. Now getting into the longer wig category, I have two wigs here that at a glance might look a little bit similar, but when building a wig collection with variety, they actually have completely different places in my wig wardrobe. So this one on the left, I actually just wore to a wedding recently. It's really nice for a formal style, a little bit more done up, very classy. This one, also absolutely gorgeous. Not saying I wouldn't have worn this to the wig. I really, really love this style, but this one is kind of more of a casual look for me, just in my personal wig collection. And all of this will be different for everyone. For someone else, one wig might be a casual daily wear wig, and that very same wig could be like a formal wig for someone else. It's really up to your personal preference and how you like to style your wigs. But just in my personal wig collection, let me put them on and it'll be a little bit easier to explain that way. Both of these I definitely wear on a day-to-day basis as well. I think for starters, the first thing to notice about the difference between these two wigs is they might both kind of fall under like a platinum blonde category, but in this hand I have Lennox in pastel pink. So this platinum blonde is actually a very, very subtle pink color, so very subtle hints of pink in that platinum, whereas this is a little bit more of a classic platinum blonde with a bit of a root as well. This almost has more of a kind of alternative style feel to it with that pastel pink shade, and this one is more of a traditional classic blonde look, and that's part of the reason why they fall into different categories of my wig collection. Let's start with this one here. This one is Sage in Milky Opal. So this one I kind of like to have for those days where I'm feeling like doing a blonde look and just really want that ultra glamorous blonde style. So this is Sage in the color Milky Opal. Absolutely gorgeous, kind of blown out look to it with these beautiful waves. It just looks like such nicely styled hair. Middle part, lace front, lace part going down the middle. Very natural looking again as I kind of move that hairline around. And I did wear this to my friend's wedding recently and it was just so stunning. Minimal effort as well. All I did for the wedding style was just kind of tie it back into a half ponytail and put a nice little clip on there, and it automatically just looked so elegant for the wedding with very minimal styling effort, because of course with synthetic wigs you can just take them out of the box and they are good to go with no styling, which is why I love my synthetic wigs. But when it comes to building variety into my wig collection, even something as subtle as choosing a slightly different shade of blonde can still add so much variety to your collection. So if you're someone who is like, I'm a blonde person to the end, I will only wear different shades of blonde, still try experimenting with the different blondes because that can be really fun. You can try a platinum like this, you can go for more golden blondes, mid-tones. I mentioned those melted colors before, you can try out some of those. Really fun ways to try out different variations, building variety into your wig collection while still maybe staying inside the range that you like to wear. So when building a wig collection, I definitely like to have at least one style, at least one that I know I can wear for special occasion events like this one, but I would also definitely wear this on a day-to-day basis as well. Definitely one of my favorite wigs of all time. And now moving over to one of my other favorite long wigs. This one here is Lennox. Again, this is the color Pastel Pink. So another kind of blonde category wig, but completely different vibe than Milky Opal. So this one is a little bit less of a voluminous style, a little bit straighter, still with a little bit of wave to it, but a lot less body than the other one. So Sage was kind of this beautiful, voluminous, blown out, wavy wig, and this one is just a little bit more of a subtle style. I love this wig. It's just a really nice kind of like long, silky style. I also have this in a brunette, which is really fun, but just to show the difference that even just changing from one shade of blonde to a slightly different shade of blonde can have a whole different vibe to it, and it can be so fun to experiment with different looks. My favorite tip to mention is some people will ask me like, how do you feel comfortable wearing colors all over the spectrum with your wigs? Like how do you look good in all of them, which is always such a flattering compliment. But the biggest thing to tell people is that it's all about the makeup. So all of these wigs that I've shown in this video, I might adjust my makeup slightly. So like a wig like this, because I am a pretty pale person and is a very platinum blonde, I do like to wear a darker lip with it. Maybe I like to wear some extra blush with it. So those things are really important to think about when you are changing wig colors so drastically. And that's why everyone should feel comfortable trying every color all over the spectrum, because I feel like with the right makeup adjustments, if you are someone that wears makeup, it can really just make any wig look like it fits your look as long as you just make those little adjustments. Again, you have that very natural looking lace front, lace part, very natural looking wig. I really love this style so much. And it also looks really gorgeous in a half up, half down as well. So definitely a great style to try if you want to go for a longer look, and this color is really fantastic to try. Again, if you are someone that wants to dabble in fun, bright colors like different pinks, but you don't want something so bright and vibrant, maybe you're not ready for like a hot pink or something like that, it's so nice to have that subtle pink that you can just see when the light hits it. So it's kind of like a platinum blonde, but just this beautiful, very beautiful, subtle pastel pink mixed in there. Again, such a unique color from René of Paris. So those are all of the wigs that I have to show in this video. Let me know in the comments below which of these was your favorite. And also let us know in the comments below what type of wig wearer you are. Are you someone who likes to change it up all the time, or do you prefer to stick with one style and just kind of wear that one on a daily basis? Of course, you are beautiful both ways if you are someone who has hair loss, and remember that wigs are an accessory, not a necessity. So wig wearing should be fun and enjoyable and make you feel comfortable. So always stick with what makes you feel the most confident with your wig wearing, or of course choosing not to wear a wig. If you want to learn more about any of the wigs mentioned in this video, we will list them in the description below. You can also visit our website, reneofparis.com, to learn more about any of these wigs. All of these wigs come in a wide variety of colors, so if you want to try some of these styles in different colors, there's so many options to choose from. Don't forget to follow us on both YouTube and Instagram to stay up to date on all of our latest releases and for more wig tips and tutorials. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and we'll see you next time.